Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the typhoons in the Philippines, a rising climate threats. The Philippines is one of the most typhoon-prone countries in the world, located in the Pacific Ring of Fire within the Western Pacific typhoon belts. That means they experience about 20 tropical cyclones every year and 5 to 7 of them usually make landfall, often causing damage to communities, crops and infrastructure.
Typhoon season is typically between late June until sometime during the month of December.
However, typhoons have become stronger, faster, and more unpredictable. This change is linked to climate change. As global temperatures rise, our oceans warm up, and warmer seas provide more energy for typhoons to form. As a result, these storms are now more intense and destructive. How do typhoons form? Typhoons form over warm ocean areas under the right conditions. Let me explain the process in 4 steps. Firstly, we need warm ocean water at least 26.5 degrees Celsius to heat the air above it. Then the moist air rises, creating to low pressure zones. Next, the Earth's rotation causes the rising air to start spinning. This is called the Coriolis effect. Lastly, the storm continues to draw energy from the warm sea, spinning faster and becoming stronger as long as that warm water is available. This is how a typhoon grows into a powerful and sometimes deadly storm. The Philippines has always been vulnerable to typhoons, but climate change is making this situation worse. In the past, disaster like Typhoon Haiyan, also known as Yolanda, killed over 6,000 people in 2013 and displaced millions. Today, that danger continues with even more frequent and powerful storms. Here are some of the most recent examples. Firstly, we have Super Typhoon Manyi, or we call it Pepito. In November 2024, this storm made landfall in Catanduanes with winds over 195 km per hour and caused a 14-meter storm surge. It left 14 people dead and displaced thousands. What is shocking is that it was part of cluster of 6 typhoons in 1 month. That's something has not seen in over 17 years. Next, we have Typhoon Kongray Leon. In October 2024, the storm brushed past northern Luzon, damaging infrastructure in Cagayan Valley. It reached wind speeds over 240 km per hour. Due to its severe impact, Pagasa officially retired the name Leon. Last but not least, the tropical storm Wutip. In June 2025, Wutip was not as strong in wind speed, but it still caused serious damage. It brought heavy rains to the Bicol region and southern Luzon, affecting over 80,000 people, damaging nearly 800 homes and causing 3 deaths, showing how even milder storms can be dangerous when paired with the monsoon. The impact of these typhoons goes far beyond just heavy rains and strong winds. Let's look at the economic and social consequences. Firstly, for agriculture, important crops like rice, coconut, and banana are frequently destroyed, affecting food supply and farmer income. Next, housing. Poor communities often live in light, easily damaged homes in flood-prone areas. Next, infrastructure. Roads, bridges, and power lines are often destroyed, delaying aid and recovery. Last but not least, for mental health, many survivors suffer from trauma, loss, and the stress of displacement. These long-term effects show why we need more than just emergency response. We need real, lasting solutions. How is the country fighting back? Here are some key mitigation approaches being used to reduce the risk and damage from typhoons. From government strategies. Firstly, Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration (PAGASA) monitors typhoons and give early warnings. Next, National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council coordinates national disaster response and relief. Other than that, Project Nationwide Operational Assessment of Hazards uses radar and satellite data to forecast floods and typhoon paths. Next, the Build Back Better program ensures new infrastructure is built to survive future storms. Next, for community and NGO actions, firstly, action centers are built in schools and gyms. Other than that, mangrove planting helps reduce storm surge and coastal flooding. Next, education campaigns help children and adults prepare for disaster. For international supports, organizations like United Nations Development Programme, United States Agency for International Development, International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, and Philippines Red Cross and World Bank Fund Recovery provide supplies and support climate adaptive planning. So what more can we do? Here are my suggestions for how we can prepare better for future typhoons and strengthen our resilience. First, invest in resilient infrastructure. We should use stronger building materials and designs that can withstand winds and flooding, especially in schools, homes, and evacuation centers. Next, improve communication systems. Early warning must be fast and reliable, especially for rural or island communities with limited signals. Number 3, educate and train the youth. Let's make climate education part of every school's curriculum so that the next generation understands what is happening and how to act. Number 4, promote relocation for high-risk areas. Many families live near rivers or coastlines because of poverty. Safe, supported relocation must be a priority. Number 5, support international climate agreements. We may not be a major polluter, but we suffer the most. The Philippines must speak up and demand climate actions from high emission countries. Typhoons are a natural part of life in the Philippines, but climate change is making them worse, stronger, faster, and harder to survive. We cannot stop typhoons, but we can reduce their impact. By preparing better, educating more, and calling for global action, we can protect lives and build a more resilient future. That's all from me. Thank you for listening.